And in 20 years' time, the 300 million Arabs will be 450 million. And just as an aside, one should bear in mind that the Middle East cannot sustain its population. And the new 150 million Arabs who will be born in the next 20 years will not be sustained by the Middle East and will emigrate. And they will emigrate to those parts of the world that have population deficits, like Europe and North America. And you can already feel this, of course, in Europe, and you can also feel it in North America. On the campuses, in North American universities, how the Arab students are great in number and also great in political influence. And this will only become more so as more young people from the Middle East continue to emigrate from a region which cannot sustain them. And this Arab Middle East that cannot sustain its population is also declining in its political power. If you look at the states of the region that call the shots, the countries of the region that are influential, you will hear about Iran every day. More recently, you will hear a great deal about Turkey. And of course, Israel. Now, if you look at these three great movers and shakers of the Middle East of today, Iran, Turkey, and Israel, not one of them is an Arab state. The Iranians are Persians. The Turks are Turks. And the Israelis are who they are. Not Arabs. Egypt, Syria, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, none of them is a great regional player anymore. In the 1950s or 60s, even the early 70s, it was all about Egypt. I remember in the mid-60s when I was in high school, every Friday, those of you who were here then will maybe remember, every Friday morning, the news on Kol Israel would start with an analysis of the editorial of the Egyptian daily Al-Ahram of that week. Muhammad Hassanin Haikal, Abdel Nasser's mouthpiece. What was in Haikal's editorial that Friday? That set the agenda for the next week. Haikal's editorial. Egypt was so central to our lives. And Abdel Nasser in Egypt led the Middle East, set the regional agenda, the weekly, the day.